Hi, this is Dr. Symeon Rodger from Warrior Coaching International, and I'm here with the fourth in our five-part series on peak performance training and how you can use peak performance training to increase your personal power. And your personal power, again, as we've said in previous installments, is the measure of your ability to change anything in your life, anywhere, anytime, on demand. And you realize very few people are capable of doing that. And my guess is you'd probably like to be one of them. So, as a teacher of the ancient world's best systems of personal development, including things like Tai Chi, Qigong, even ancient Christian spiritual life and various other methods, one of the things that I've come across that's absolutely the key to developing personal power, to living a deliberate, powerful, and stress-free life, is a little secret contained in an ancient Taoist aphorism that says the following: combine energy and spirit. Now, like most Taoist aphorisms, it's deliberately obscure. It doesn't mean anything to us. But very simply put, combining energy and spirit means the following. It means following your breathing with your mental attention. Putting your mental attention on your breathing, combining those two. That's what it means. Nothing more complicated than that. Now, to understand what that means for personal power, because that may not be obvious to you, let me back up for a minute. First of all, consider the following. Your mind-body organism is meant to breathe in a particular way. And that particular way is what we usually refer to as normal abdominal breathing, meaning your breathing is centered in your lower abdomen. That's the part that moves when you breathe. Now, fact number two is most people don't breathe that way. Not in Western culture. Most Westerners breathe much higher up in the chest. They use their chest and shoulder muscles in order to breathe. And the simple fact is this. Normal abdominal breathing calms down your central nervous system and calms down your body's energy system, whereas chest breathing has exactly the opposite effect. Chest breathing raises up energy and tends to create negative emotional states, including anxiety and fear. And so when we really think about it, breathing the way your mind-body organism is designed is obviously a key to personal power. Now, the second part of this is that, of course, there are a lot of people who've learned normal abdominal breathing. Where would you learn it? Well, you'd learn it if you're in, say, if you're doing Tai Chi or Qigong or yoga. Heck, even singers learn how to do normal abdominal breathing. So it's not a mystery. And of course, people who meditate are very, very used to it. The problem is that almost none of those people really internalize it. So the moment, for instance, the moment you're finished your meditation session, more than likely you get up and forget about it and go back to all your old habits. Same thing for people who are in Tai Chi or who are doing Qigong or yoga or whatever. And so the problem is people aren't internalizing two simple facts. One fact is the necessity of normal abdominal breathing and making it your default setting. And the other fact is that if you keep your mental attention on your breath as often as possible throughout the day, it has an incredibly tranquilizing effect on your central nervous system and amazing effects on your health, immunity, and longevity. And so that's why it's very, very important to consider this as a powerful lesson in obtaining personal power. Because people who do this, people who make normal abdominal breathing their default setting, and who learn to keep their mental attention and their breathing process together during their daily activities report the most amazing results. It's as if the world has come alive. It's as if suddenly the world has gone from black and white to color. And of course, then there are all the health benefits. But simply put, there are a number of things that go on when you begin to do this. First of all, you begin to separate yourself, your personal identity, from your thought processes. And that's a very key development. There is no way you can have a spiritual life without doing that. And of course, we're brought up in Western culture to believe our thoughts are us. Our thoughts are not us. Your thoughts are not you. And so being able to make that separation is a key. And then there are all the health benefits, which I really can't go into here because it's just a short video. But basically put, normal abdominal breathing takes the burden off the heart. It also tranquilizes the central nervous system. It clears out the body's energy lines. It gets blood and energy moving all through the abdominal cavity, massaging all your internal organs. So it's a tremendously powerful way to live. And it's actually the way your body and mind are meant to live. And this is how young children, babies, breathe. Okay, so you want to take that into consideration. Now, the most obvious thing to say here is you cannot have personal power. You cannot live a deliberate, powerful, and stress-free life unless you are using your mind-body organism the way it is designed. After all, think about it. If you put anything other than gasoline in your car's gas tank, what do you expect to happen? Or if you try to drive, pressing on the brake and the accelerator at the same time, what's going to happen? Obviously, nothing good. And yet most people live this way, and then when something really bad happens, a major health crisis, a life-threatening health crisis, or a nervous breakdown or something like that, they're kind of surprised. And yet they shouldn't be. The mind-body organism is meant to be used in a particular way. It has its own design specifications. And one of the great secrets of personal power is learning to live within those design specifications. And that results in a very different approach to life than most people have. After all, most people simply use their mind-body organism to get pleasure and avoid pain. Problem is that those short-term decisions end up creating massive problems. And that's why when we pursue personal power, we have a different agenda. We don't go on the pleasure-pain scale, we go on the strength-weakness scale. We do whatever makes the organism stronger, whatever makes us stronger, more resilient, more robust, that we do. And whatever makes us weaker, that we avoid. And doing that results in a deliberate, powerful, and stress-free life. So I invite you to try that, apply that to your life for the next 30 days, and you will see the most utterly amazing results. Again, Dr. Symeon Rodger for Warrior Coaching International. We'll see you next time.